Today, I want to talk about criminal justice lawyers. This consists of the defense and the prosecution. There are some similarities between the both, such as representing America and the citizens of America. However, there are more differences than there are similarities. One of the differences is who they're representing, the perspective on these lawyers, and misconduct. Misconduct is the most intriguing to me because it brings out who the lawyer is or who they don't want to be but are pushed to being that through misconduct. Picture criminal justice lawyers as two teams, good versus evil. This view is common in America because of the labeling theory. There is a negative stigma that's placed on defense lawyers because of who they're representing. A quick story about Hillary Clinton that really helped me understand that not all lawyers are comfortable with who they represent is an article written by Jeff Adachi in 2014 that replays Hillary Clinton 40 years ago when she was practicing law. She was presented with having to represent a child rapist, and she asked her employer if she could be relieved of her duties, and she was told that she couldn't. When she was asked how she felt representing somebody like that, she responded by saying, "I had a professional duty to represent my client to the best of my ability, which I did." That's important because she's not wrong in doing that, and her employer is not wrong in making her represent that client. Maybe the employer didn't have a readily available lawyer, or maybe he or she wanted to see what Hillary Clinton was made of. It must have paid off in the very end. Had Hillary Clinton not represented her client to the best of her abilities, it could have been filed as misconduct. Rule 8.4 of misconduct states that it is professional misconduct for a lawyer to violate or attempt to violate the rules of professional conduct, knowingly assist or induce another to do so, or do so through the acts of another. Commit a criminal act that reflects adversely on the lawyer's trustworthiness, honesty, or fitness as a lawyer. Engage in conduct involving dishonesty, fraud, deceit, or misrepresentation. Engage in conduct that is prejudicial to the administration of justice. In Hillary Clinton's case, she could have broken a lot of these rules. One of the earliest cases that deals with misconduct in lawyers is the James H. Himmel case. This case established that not reporting another lawyer for misconduct makes you equally responsible and will be punishable. In Himmel's case, he was suspended for 1 year. Another interesting case is the Paul House case. He was convicted of murder in Tennessee in 1986. At the time, prosecution had enough evidence to convict Mr. House to a life sentence in prison. However, many years later, defense lawyers took on Paul House's case after he claimed that he was innocent, and through DNA testing they found out that he was innocent. At the time, when he was prosecuted, with all the evidence against Mr. House, it was almost impossible to determine whether he was innocent. So there's no fault in the prosecution. Now, defense lawyers came to Paul House's aid and gave him the second chance that he deserved. In this case, defense lawyers really played a vital role because of what they were able to achieve. A person serving a life sentence claimed he was innocent and was never believed, and overnight, well, not overnight, but he was set free. Misrepresentation is not the only form of professional misconduct. There is also bribery. Bribery is difficult to control because when a person has a salary cap, for example, there's always going to be a need for more. I need more to pay my car. I need more to pay my debt. I need more to survive. And then a client can come and bribe a person with monetary values, and money talks. So how can this problem be fixed? Well, a lot of lawyers won't like this, but a uniform salary. Public defenders have salaries, prosecutors have salaries, and they generally start around the same wages. But a private firm which produces defense lawyers can afford to pay their employees way higher wages. This kind of sets this can instill jealousy in public defenders or prosecutors, making them want to take bribes. If they're already susceptible to taking bribes, they're going to do it anyways. So a uniform salary would kind of eliminate the want to need more money. However, it's not going to eliminate the need of more money. Defense lawyers might not be America's favorite lawyers, but they do uphold the Constitution and they help people in need. This negative stigma that surrounds defense lawyers, I don't think it should be there. We should try to change our views on public defenders, on defense lawyers, because they help us. And we gotta show support towards them instead of putting them down by calling them names like public pretenders. I hope this presentation was helpful in understanding that there isn't always a bad guy when it comes to criminal justice lawyers. They both might be good guys fighting for the same cause, just representing different people. Their ideals don't change. So, I hope it helped.